In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to break down big goals, like big year goals or even big life goals, big business goals, down into doable, actionable steps so you can actually wrap your head around what am I supposed to do to get where I want to go. So, what something my brain used to do to me when I would have these like big dreams, big visions for the year, I would, my brain wouldn't know how to categorize like what to do, like first, second, third. It would just be like so excited about the vision and the dream and the big goals, and kind of have this like swirl tornado of like all the stuff I needed to do to get there. And I would find myself obsessing about something that maybe needed to happen like step like 10 down the road, or something that needed to happen like way further away than where I was actually at. And so what would happen is I would find myself spending time doing things that was like totally irrelevant to where I was at, and something that was relevant for like when I got like 10 steps down the road, or something that I was going to maybe need to do in November and it was January, right? Because it was just this big mess in my brain of like all the things that had to happen. And so I see that a lot with people who are really ambitious, but don't aren't as skilled yet in understanding kind of what has to happen and the order it has to happen in. And this is totally natural because you're working towards a goal you've never done before. You're building a vision you've never created before. So you don't really 100% know what has to happen to get there, right? That's totally normal. That's part of the journey, that's part of the process. So when you're you're trying to figure all of it out, every single little tiny piece of it all out in the moment that you're in right now, it's going to feel really confusing, it's going to get very overwhelming. It might even freeze you and get you stuck. Like I mentioned, it's going to be getting you maybe doing things that don't make sense to do right now. Those need to happen down the road, etc. So I want to talk with you high level about how I want you to break down this bigger vision and bigger goals to be able to work towards it so that you can actually take clear action, so you can actually make measurable progress, and so you can actually see it come to life without losing your mind and feeling like a crazy person, right? That's the goal. Okay, so this is how I want you to think about it. First of all, I want you to think about this big overarching umbrella is, sorry, is the big goal. Now, if you've been in my world for any amount of time, I am a huge fan of having a year goal. If you're in my really popular vision board class, that's what we spend some time figuring out and doing, is like your big vision, your big goal for the year. So I, if you have a bigger vision and a bigger goal than just this year, maybe it's a career vision, something like that, that's great. That's fantastic. What I want you to do is decide on what's the vision and the goal for the year. That helps you kind of narrow in, gives you focus a little bit to where do you want to be at the end of this year. Okay, so that big goal that I want you to have as the umbrella is for the year. Okay, and obviously that goal is in alignment with that bigger vision, that bigger career vision, that bigger business vision, right? Okay, so you have your big goal for the year. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking in terms of month goals. So this is what it's going to look like. And this is regardless of what month it is right now. I'm going to draw this like starting in January, but it doesn't really matter. So here, what I want you to start thinking in is month goals. So let's say, so right now it's February, getting towards the end of March, this may be coming out in March. So let's say for March, what I want you to do is I want you to define a March goal. Now, if you're watching this in March, obviously it doesn't have to be a March goal. It can be whatever month you're in. But you're going to define a goal for that month. And obviously, what you're going to be able to achieve and what you're going to wrap your head around for that month is going to be a focused in, narrow version of this bigger goal. So once you work on that goal and once you achieve it, and let's see at the end of the month, you're, yay, gold star, you achieved it. The idea here is if we look at like a process line, and here, and let's see, you're here, hi. And then here is your big goal for the year. This is your year goal. The idea is that that month got you a little closer, right? So then you moved here. And now what you're going to do the next month is you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to, in this case, set an April goal. And then at the end of the month, achieve it. Now, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of like, what if you don't achieve it? That's not going to be this video. We can do that another time because I definitely have advice and recommendations for how to handle that. But this is mostly focusing on how to break it down. So then you achieve that goal, success, yay. And the idea is that you're moving closer. And so if you do this, what's going to happen is every month you're going to continue to make progress closer and closer and closer and closer. And the idea is that by the end of the year, you will have reached your big goal. Now, there's obviously a whole lot of other stuff that I could talk about in here. Like, well, what if you're moving too slow to reach it by the end of the year? Or what if you're moving too fast and you reached it earlier? That happens, right? That happens. I have clients who, oh, I was moving too fast. I reached my year goal by October. Or in some cases, I have clients who I reached my year goal by June. That's not a problem. That's great. That's beautiful. If you're moving at a slower rate than what is going to get you there by the end of the year, then you have some options. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. If you have questions about that, you can put the questions down below. But there's some different things that you can do to either adjust your speed or adjust the goal to have it work out a little bit better. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. I want you to start setting a monthly goal and really do your best to manage your brain, work with your brain so that you're wrapping your head around just the month at hand. If you're constantly worrying about, well, what do I do in step 10 or what do I do 6 months from now? That is going to derail you. It's going to make progress really hard. This way, you have a structure, you stay organized, you stay moving forward, and you reach that big goal by the end of the year. All right? Sound good? So if you want more information about how this fits into the bigger goal process that I teach and that I follow myself, there's a training down below. It's talking about money. It's 5 steps to make more money with less stress and struggle. But in there, I talk about the whole goal process, and we talk about this in more depth if you want to go check that out. Okay? Have a wonderful day. I'll see you later.